Well, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how I make tiger nuts for carp fishing. So let's get to it. First off, these are where I get my tiger nuts. It's from a place called Seed Ranch. There's lots of places you can get them, but the key thing to finding them online and ordering them is to look for chufa seed. That's what they're really called. It's chufa seed. If you search for tiger nuts, you're going to find a bunch of pre-made stuff that's geared for fishing, and it's going to be expensive. Chufa seed is what it really is, and this was just a 1 pound bag. That's a lot. You get a lot in a pound. This was full, all the way up to here. So I think I'm on year 3 with using these. So they last a long time. If you're just using them for hook baits, that's all I use them for is hook baits. But I think this 1 pound bag was somewhere around 10 or 15 bucks. I can't remember. And here's what they look like raw. They're just like a raisin, very wrinkled and dehydrated. That's what they are. They're dehydrated. And what I do first is I'll soak these for 24 hours. And here's some that I've had soaking in just a little bit of water for about 24 hours. This is just a couple handfuls. I'm not making a huge batch here. And just for some comparison's sake, I'll put some soaked ones right next to some dried ones. You can see the difference here. Here's the soaked ones and here's the dried ones. See how the dried ones are all wrinkly like a raisin? And they kind of lose that as they soak. They get a little bit rehydrated as they soak. So I'm going to take my soaked tiger nuts and dump them in a little pan here. And I want them all submerged. I'm going to add a little bit of water there. That's pretty good. You don't need a ton of water. Turn on the heat, and I'm going to cook these. I'm going to bring this to a boil till the water's just boiling, then turn it down to just a low simmer, and I'm just going to cook them on a low simmer for about 30 minutes. So while those are cooking, I'm going to get my jars ready. These are the jars I use. They're just, I got them from Hobby Lobby. I think they're called artist jars. They're intended for storing paint. The lids have this foil lining inside that makes a real good seal so the jars don't leak, which is the biggest thing in my opinion. So these work good. I don't know how many ounces. You can probably find them on the internet or at your local store. And I usually use some of these grocery store extracts for flavoring. Today I'm going to be using almond. And I've used banana, coconut, butterscotch, just any of them work real good. And the reason I like these a lot is if you look at the ingredients list here, it is water, alcohol, and benzaldehyde. And that alcohol is the main thing. It's a preservative. You have your tiger nuts soaking in this stuff, and it's going to prevent bacterial growth, and they're just going to last a really long time because of that alcohol in there. Alright, those are boiling, so I'm going to turn the burner down and just let them simmer on low. And another thing I like to use for flavor is pretty much any hot sauce. This is the one I have on hand, and I like this one because it has a lot of sugar in it. But any hot sauce works good too. It provides a lot of flavor, but it's also very high acidity because of all the peppers, and that also inhibits bacterial growth and will make your tiger nuts last a long time. So hot sauce works good. It's probably one of my favorites. So I'm just going to put not that much hot sauce, just kind of enough just to cover the bottom of the jar. That's plenty. And the same goes with the artificial flavorings. I'm not going to put a lot in because you don't need a lot. A little bit. That's plenty right there. And the rest is going to be the cooking water. And don't forget, the tiger nuts are going to take up most of the space in the jar here. So you don't need to use up a lot of your extract or anything. It doesn't take very much. Little goes a long way. And I'm going to put the lid on the almond extract while I'm waiting for them to cook, because that alcohol will evaporate a little bit, and I don't want that happening. Alright, it's been 30 minutes. They've been simmering. I turned the burner off, and I'm just going to let them cool here with the lid on, and it'll probably take about another 30 minutes. And then I'll go ahead and get those out of here and put them into the flavor jars. Alright, these are cool. And as you can see, they're all nice and rounded, and there's no wrinkly ones. And the texture that you're going to get from these is pretty much like the texture of a nut, like an almond. They're still going to be pretty firm. You can't squish them with your fingers, but they're definitely soft enough where you can stick a baiting needle through there, and they're definitely soft enough that a carp can crunch those with their molar and eat them. And the two main reasons for doing this: the soaking rehydrates them. That makes them more appetizing for the fish. But the cooking also rehydrates them additionally, but it also deactivates the seeds. These are seeds. If you didn't cook them, they would probably eventually germinate and sprout, and you'd have sprouting seeds. You'd be, introducing these plants into your pond or your lake or wherever. So cooking is good for two reasons. And I'm going to go ahead and scoop some up, and this first jar is the jar that I put the almond flavoring in. And I'm just going to dump tiger nuts in there until it's filled up all the way to the top of the jar. And I'm also getting some of that water in there, as you can see. And I'm going to just add a little bit more water just to top it off so that they're all covered. Then I'm going to put the lid on. And just give that a little shake. Move on to the next one. Here's the hot sauce, sriracha sauce. Well, I think I planned that out pretty good. Got the 2 jars full and just a few left in the pan there. I'll top that off with a little bit of liquid. Got to leave a little bit of room in there to be able to shake it up. Lid on. Shake that up and get that hot sauce mixed around in with the water. And just a little bit of hot sauce is plenty. It's going to soak up a lot of flavor. That's it. Pretty cool, huh? So yeah, the longer these soak, the more flavor they will absorb. You want to keep these in the fridge when you're not using them, when you're not out fishing. And like I said, the alcohol in this flavoring and then the acidity of the peppers, that's going to really extend the shelf life. Normally these will last me, I don't know, 3-4 months usually. Usually I use them all up and they're still not anywhere near, doesn't seem like they're going to go bad. So I hope you found that useful. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.